Assalamu alaikum mbaɗen gambiyankolu. Assalamu alaikum mbaɗen démocratie kanulalu. Ani groupe Modou ɓe mane jonkende fala misira ko UDP ko Gambia do ko Serign ko musolu ko UDP doron ani Baye Sankare la NTCG groupe Modou ɓe mbalɓe kontonal tonnal kontona nali baɗi mañolen kote ke Omega 12 molu narale ka kacake moli fenna mu yaran ko moli bulo kosi akola bake bare ndalla bulo koso ngam bulo kilo bulo kondiunu ngole poddin di mambulo kosi mbedia mun mun keta ko alai Serign Modou, the honorable minister for defense at the time in adna mumbondi ya samba Ministry of Foreign Affairs as the new Minister of Foreign Affairs in the Gambia. Orombari uno lafta kadia mo call demanding mol sila mo hakilola bari kanan la mo gisola mbedia mala from our professional perspective or regarding the administration of a country and a ministry. What are some of the conditions to be met before someone can be appointed as the state secretary? If the person has those qualifications beyond reasonable doubt, where should the person be appointed as the minister or secretary of state for the country? Rambari uno Serign Modou ngalon ne amanke ngandu mani ngalon bakele during his career as a military officer in the Republic of the Gambia. In Adna Bondi ya samba Gambian embassy in Turkey under His Excellency Alaji Kemisen Jammeh. He served under him as his secretary or his deputy, so to speak. Serign Modou do kom kije at that place under Foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs ngajale ngalone. Wallahi, Allah is the witness here, and Serign Modou himself would tell people this is true. Serign Modou ndeleka call from Gibraltar, from Spain, and from other countries. Nobody molla his own private numbers. Molka call when they have problems, and when they have problems regarding the boundary areas, and when they have problems on their way to Turkey or other countries in the world, especially that are within his jurisdiction. Orambari uno mbenye para moleka foko. Serign Modou is a professional, bari ala professionalism ya faliya bulle ya tinya bulle. Mbari uno Gambia la military installation kono bi Gambia kono. Moleka Serign Modou ika kumbole that he should come back and serve as the military administrator in the Gambia. Wol yalon ne ada sojere ay karang ay wole long fion beti. So it's like name Ministry of Health ya bondi kai go and be the Minister of Agriculture. Obe Kolya Bakele for a minister function as expected. Even with all the technocrats, may be difficult for him. Utuma alai Serign Modou aliya bondi Ministry of Defense, aliya samba Ministry of Foreign Affairs as the new Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs, because Yajibe or ministry, I think, is one of the most senior ministerial responsibility in the country. At them the highest level of ministry in the Gambia. At them Minister Bela Kebati. Serign Modou is a seasoned administrator, a seasoned military officer, a seasoned diplomat when it comes to administration. Barembari Gambian Kolu. Yes, Serign Modou ya bondi dami and ya samba dami. It's like he could work there, but it's like a square peg in a round hole. Serign Modou would have stayed at the Ministry of Defense because it's what he has studied, it's what he has learned, it's what he has experienced, it's what he has served in the country. Beyond the Gambia, I soldier karang I hold long to a very high grade. Ado bunya ni horomo soroje undoubted. Soldier ya bunya, soldier ya horoma. I femfe was so katamola because I alone I karane ada kelamo mola fanam. Wotuma Kabonde Ministry of the Minister as Minister of Defense, Kasamba Minister of Foreign Affairs, in the Nigeria it was a mistake. Dr. Sidat Job, the first ever Gambian minister resigned was working at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs at the time of Yaya Jammeh. Yaya Jammeh Adamboro Nata, Dr. Tangara became the second ever Minister of Foreign Affairs who have tendered his resignation as the Minister of Foreign Affairs in the Gambia. Having tendered his resignation, he knows the consequences, what were following him or haunting him if he doesn't resign. The same applies to that job. So no wonder, they were all PhD holders in their own rights. Tangara resigned at a very crucial moment, at a very crucial time, and Munke Fanang was honorable. If I were him, that's what I was going to do. Because it's a minister Tombona, you are a technocrat, you know it, so you work as expected to help the Gambia and help the government. Yaki jeto, ikana mol tombon kore kafa ya ko ntenga mo tombonga kibankare, ikana ko letero kiate kafa assign. But because he is a political appointee, so no wonder he has to sign it. You know, because now I sign, his bread will not be buttered. Nima muro butter, so Tangara, all along he was calculating what next to do, thinking that the Mansakunda President Jiko finally let him give the Ministry of Foreign Affairs all the responsibilities. They would scout for good administrators to serve and represent the Gambia in diaspora. Njikita Kafuko, with the experience Tangara has in the Foreign Affairs Ministry, he has a very high profile legacy. Our records are very clear. Ibafalo ka ko man denye bafalo ko namata particularly but ka fuka ma karaonke that I know. He was our lecturer at the university, so I know who Tangara is and I know the language he can speak. I know his potentials and skills. But because I don't want him to be there because what happened was, you know, he served Yajam's government. Momo Yajam must serve Malafi, you come and serve our new government. But then he was there, fine, because they had no one to serve the place. That's what they thought. All the Gambians in diaspora everywhere, Gambia Karamuge experience the place they are working high offices. You more invited to come and serve in the place. You more the people who are you will tackle to recycle them. That is abomination, catastrophic, and unpalatable. Whereas Gambians, we had to bear it. Tangara was there doing what he could do for the Gambia and the Gambians. Ya blow to the mundo yala quota abuka fenkena faye. Another permanent secretary will be another director. I think it's the only ministry that has several directors and they are all qualified in their own rights. But give the devil its due and the Jew will be recommended and will be returned back to you. So Mansakunda, Game Mansakunda or Adambaro is a failed government. Non-curat in West African Arab governments. Insignificant. Because in the Lama Sakunda, it's like we are not doing anything. Molika progress, then retrogress. Tangara is signed again. Momi Yankabe army to Maf military fine. Akamuki jeto. Near he meant he stayed there for some time. And maybe what he was doing there was to the advantage of the security of the Gambia. That was why he stayed there for long. But Kabon you Kasama ministry or Miana Hanaya experience, but I'm a war Londo as a diplomat to that extent. So you bondi alam Damian Kao Londo Soto, out for Hamoke, you bondi the Asamblado, or left a sacrifice, left a Kamalun, left a Kabaile. So Kabai, Imali Baba and Yami, because Imareko Jamian is strong. But because maybe we will say Surwalemu, you don't want to sacrifice him. That's what I see. Because Surwalemu left a car by going up and just Surwal right now in my government or in this elections, so Bang I maintain it. So I maintain it, saying Bang Jalinka buying a transfer. You are transfer to the most sensitive areas in the country. There are a lot of problems there. Hundreds of thousands of problems are there. It is a diplomat to Momoli. Me and Karang, Imam Fellong. President Baro. Idi Otoma Moli. Imol Baide. Tanga Mianko is a technocrat who knows the job. Iko Titin wanna resign because Alkali Conte of Alkali Conte. Alkali Munekarang, I am long. What experience has he got? To what level? But Alkali Conte had to write to the minister, insult the minister, because those words are rough words. But well, that's what I want, because left but no, when it comes to administration, you have to respect our seniors. Minister is not correct. Write to the minister. Or you call the minister, but you advise him. But the minister, I move for it's not bad. The diplomacy system, they don't even train us diplomats. It as an ambassador. It's from as diplomacy and on diplomacy. Focus, bring your certificates. Which university did you study? Tell us your student number in the university. We find out, we Google and we go to the university and contact the universities. Where did you get those diplomas? Where did you get those degrees? If you are a technocrat. Because every student university has student number. And you have a student email. You can check your results. Tell us. No, thank minister because you have the president's backing. You are a hypocrite and a very dangerous guy. That's what we want. Win. We come and rule the government with technocrats. We have the qualification and academic credentials. Yeah, present. We are going to make some more hand directed. You must have the qualifications, you must have the trainings. Maybe get if you train, you come back and continue there. Second in command, not the candidate will oversee the place. You want to be a minister or director or ambassador. The government will tell them, look, because ambassador and diplomat, minister of foreign affairs is the eye of the Gambia, is the eye of the country, every country in the world. You have to put the right people there. See, Modou, he has that international exposure. But I munkarang, what on soldier I have to soldier ministry to administer. About Samanola. Maneko attacking because if he writes his thesis, so to speak, about peace and Masakunda budget, so to speak, Masakunda and the Kadema called so they don't have a block on, but they are embezzling our funds. No more Masakunda, I mean, the government. Moleka combat boots or sang keki the friends in the army. Moleka uniform or sang online. Moleka uniform from the executors or the barracks here in Europe. Kaki namole soldier campot. Police all Moleka uniform sang kaki. Moleka kolokeka uniform sang kakara Gambia kono. All those securities. Almeri bam alman fokol kiyer. Gambia call me die for man Gambia Conde, they like the Gambia, but Mumbita Gambia my left walla. Because Niaji Molka function code body can sacrifice. You buy combat boot, reflector, uniform, military uniforms, I mean, military gears. You buy blade proofs. Even without tacticals, but jacket at least they can use them. More call based on Kaki soldier Gambia because they are families, they are friends. Not for 18, but to make sure at least they do their work at their convenience. Once a kunda in Baker too, soldier, you cannot go to the barracks without being well prepared for anything, any consequence. That's why you go to work to get prepared. Police cannot be in the street without mobile police cannot be in the street controlling traffic without the traffic reflectors. So you cannot go to work. Or you cannot be in uniform wearing slippers. Molika Union San Keki Sojoroli, Kimolki Soila. Well, because to help the Gambia government, to encourage them. But Nimba Sakunda is not doing anything absolutely to encourage the Gambia armed forces, to encourage the soldiers. So remember for saying. So African minister is not doing this, minister is not doing this, minister is this, is not doing well. But say, I tell you, can I hold long? Why don't you leave him there? Allow him to work as a minister. Allow him to work as a minister. But mo ke sa ya bondo sai da mi ko ayo kara yollo ala tamba foreign affairs mi yanka mo ana ayo kara bara mo man kar area ala area of speciality ala speciality is military ala bondo ala foreign affairs mo ke jiro he has to start from scratch. Imagine now. Yes, most of the guy will go and work as Minister of Foreign Affairs, stand. Before he can access all those files from from different embassies to accustom himself to those files. That is more than a year. And again, he has to be engaged in daily administration of the ministry. File mina ba PS ba sign, PS ba sign. Sometimes he has to allow the PS to sign certain things on his behalf. Because of the engagements, he has to go through files. Sometimes he'll stay in the office until 12 o'clock at night. If you want to succeed there, you must stay in the office until 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night. My friend, don't tell me the job. I know what is involved in the job because I read it. And I know people. They stay in the office. And they told me they stay in the office until 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, outside official duties, because they cannot do official time. And they have to be engaged in official works. Unofficial works in the offices. You go to army, in a high senior officer solo. Wallahi billahi tallahi. If you call them sometimes, or you text them sometimes, or you want to talk to them, contact, they are in the office late at night, working for the government to make sure government progresses, government advances. The military is well administered. You go to Minister of Education, the minister will stay in the office from, just imagine, from 7 o'clock, you are in the office 8 o'clock. You stay until 4 o'clock, more close. You'll be there until 8, and you are a married woman, or you are a married man with your family. You stay in the office until 9, 10 suito. You have to take care of your husband if you are a woman. When do you have love for your children? Officer sometimes Saturday they have to go to office to do some work until 12 o'clock. They go back home. What type of life is that? Because they have a lot of burdens on them. Mr. President, you may be doing the same thing. Sometimes you stay in the office till at night, correcting things, adding and minusing. It's not easy. But Nimo Munkarang Wakijito, Akioto, Nika succeed. Aladema. Serign Modou is at the wrong place. But well, we have people like Yabo and many other seasoned diplomats at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He will be a very good minister then. Because if I too, let's say for ambassador England, you go through all the staff there, their payrolls, how much are they paid, what are their, how each of them in the file much staff check. You look at that, you file a clause. And the new letters will be coming there again. You file a clause. On the first, you go on the second, on third, you go on the file again. Let's say Spain, embassy, how are they working? You are engaged in all these things. So saying it is more than a year. And then that has to also encompass many things. Again, ministry of going to political rallies, or they will sack you. President that told you have to go. Which is not even necessary to take all these ministers along when you are going for the tour. That is useless by the president organizing, taking all our ministers on a tour. President Biatola, you said their bodyguards and you have your advanced team, and the team are behind. Close watch. But you take all the ministers, all directors I will follow. You go Niman Tebi by that. Ba Serign Modou Murunda not about Damento. Ale mo ngi mu can man that place. Serign Modou ni me hakki tujere be bala jelde or be resign because pressure on will follow you to an extent that you end up resigning. It's the only ministry where you have honorable people who would resign honorably. Other ministries they don't resign for nearby. Gay, ikari mole ka resign. So I will pray for you. May your road be rough. When I say may your road be rough, it's like satire. I'm not causing you, I'm praying for you. Because road to success is always difficult. That's why I say, may your road be rough. That's Satayo. It's a Nigerian proverb. They said, may your road be rough is like, may you succeed. That's what I mean, for a layman to understand. So, as I said in Modou, you have a very heavy task ahead of you, but we will pray for you. It's one of the most difficult ministries. Minister kunna. But it's like near Minister of Agriculture Bondi, he can go and be the Minister of Defense. Women and soldier security. Nothing, absolutely. So about confusion again. So saying Modou should be back to where he was as the Minister of Defense. With his consultation with the CDS, deputy CDS, and some other military officers there, he could continue to do very well if the government gives him the latitude and the chances to develop and progress. But you have a challenge, a big challenge, Serign Modou. You are a brother. We know how you have been for the Gambians when you are in diaspora. Wallahi, Serign Modou Toki, I do kubai Gambian only Toki. Mulka call Sudan Akatang, aka call ka embassy call Blato, ka consular call Blato to mediate and help the Gambians. Ni Gambian from Arasakamul Kije to go and know what is the problem. Ni if the words to be released, I can release. I was a personal witness to most of these things. But enko, I can't samboto, I soldier ya karang I all long. Mumi state guard ke guard commander ke for how many years? Yeah, some different diplomats diplomatic mission. I on security. I all long ba nale abunijal katorale. Katorale. Anyway, we pray for you. May your road be rough and may you succeed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.